guys what's happening. Yesterday, we took a look at Caribbean leaders who are standing up against Trump's America policy towards Cuba. Today, the effects have already begun. What am I talking about? Stick with me because I'm going to show you exactly what the Americans are already doing. The question is, will Caribbean people stick with their leaders on this one, or will they falter? Will they fall for Trump's America's policy against Cuba and go against their own Caribbean leaders? And that's another video I'll have to do on its own, and I'll show you why they're doing this. But let's turn to this one. But what do you know this morning? Look at this. And I'm waiting to see when St. Vincent's name will pop up. These are the countries currently under reconsider travel. The 23 countries that the US has put under reconsider travel this morning. Somehow or the other, Jamaica found its way on that list. Trinidad and Tobago found its way on that list. And Guyana. Is that like some kind of, what do you think, guys? Leave your comments in the section below. Yesterday, we spoke about these Caribbean leaders standing up to Trump's America policy. And this morning, you can actually see that their name now appears on a list to reconsider travel to. The Americans should reconsider traveling to these countries, Jamaica, Trinidad, and Guyana. What did Rowley say yesterday? I showed you that video. Jamaican government has already spoke about it as well. The Guyana government has spoke about it. St. Vincent government has spoke about it. Antigua government has spoke about it. And they're after Antigua in a different manner. And I will show you what I'm talking about. But this list is here. But the Caribbean leaders are standing up. It says Caribbean leaders oppose U.S. policy targeting Cuban medical missions, saying they're critical. Caribbean leaders are pushing back against a new policy that aims to crack down on Cuban medical missions, saying that the work of hundreds of Cuban medical staff across the region is essential. So here you have Hugh Todd, which is Guyana's foreign minister, told the AP on Tuesday that foreign ministers from 15-member Caribbean trading bloc recently met with U.S. Special Envoy in Washington after the U.S. threatened to restrict the visas of those involved with the Cuban mission. So you see what I'm talking about? You see where it's going? They've already started to threaten. Look at what they're doing to Antigua. This morning, this is the headline, Antigua PM targeted in lawsuit over funds from sale of Alpha Nero. Alpha Nero is a mega yacht belonging to a Russian oligarch. And that yacht got seized when the Ukraine-Russia war started. And under all of the agreements that we saw coming out, Antigua had the right to sell the yacht. But all of a sudden, Antigua is now being targeted by the Russian billionaire's daughter. And who were the attorneys for her? U.S. attorneys. You would never imagine that, right? So here's what Brown had to say. Antigua Prime Minister defends Cuban health brigade. Antigua Prime Minister Gaston Brown says the United States should treat the Caribbean with some degree of respect rather than threatening the region over the survival of the healthcare system. Who told Gaston Brown? Who told him to say that? This morning is a different story. He says if they were to take punitive action because of the presence of Cuban medical personnel in the healthcare system, it would practically dismantle the systems across the region. Brown said if he dismissed any notion that Antigua is involved in human trafficking through the use of Cuban doctors. See what I'm saying? Everybody's dismissing that claim. Everybody's standing up for their people. What do the Americans say? Oh, you guys are bright. I'll hit you with this one on a lovely Wednesday morning. And they're doing it. They are doing it. And here's what they said. As part of the effort to recover the mega yacht, her attorneys stated in the filing that they seek documents and information related to wire transfer and a transaction involving 7 people and 12 entities over the past 5 years. But this is the part down here. The people targeted include Antigua Prime Minister Gaston Brown, his wife, their son, and Antigua's general accountant and its port manager. See how much people they're bringing into the lawsuit? The entities include West Indies Oil Company Limited, Antigua-based petroleum storage and distribution company, of which the government is a majority shareholder, Fancy Bridge Limited, a Hong Kong investment firm that owns shares in the oil gas company, as does Venezuela PDVSA. Do you understand what is happening here? Trump's America is firing warning shots to Caribbean leaders. Listen to me. It's either you get rid of them Cubans, or we'll hit you like a ton of bricks, and it has begun. Will Caribbean people stand up with their leaders? Will the Caribbean leaders falter, or will they hold their ground? We will wait to see. But guys, leave your comments in the section below. I want to hear from you. Subscribe to this channel, share it far and wide. Okay? Thanks for joining.